What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Monday live stream. So good to be back with you guys. How was your weekend? Can you see that I was not ready? No coffee cups today. I know. A lot of people are going to be pissed off about this one. No coffee. Didn't have time to make one. But we're here. We're back. As always. To make you feel a little... I'm looking for the right word here. More together with the community, looking for answer for your Behringer Wing or for anything else that has to do with live sound. As always, we're going to talk about that. I got some really cool stuff coming up for you guys this week. I'm trying something now. Okay, real talk. I'm trying to be live every Monday. I'll do my best to do that. I'm trying to upload a video every Wednesday. And I'm trying to do a quick wing tips every Saturday. It's a lot. Now, is the light too bright? Guess you guys won't mind if I bring it down just a little bit, right? That's the plan. That's what I'm shooting for. Side of quick tips. Thank you. Actually, hi Patrick. Welcome again to this beautiful Monday live stream. I don't know, is the time ready now in Europe? Is the time change in Europe? Is it 6:30 instead of 7:30, which is the usual time? I would like to know. Please let me know. Also, new lands today. Do you think it makes a difference for you guys to have a better perspective? Spend a bunch of money on that, on the new Sigma lens. They do sell a 10 to 18 ultra wide lens. I don't know if it's worth the money. If it's not, tell me please. I want you guys' opinion. If you like the shot or not with the new lens. If not, I'm gonna save a few $100, well, close to $1,000 for that lens. Let me know in the comment down below or in the chat if you're watching right now. Hi, it's 6:30 in Sweden. Okay, what's up, Lanavola, England? Always a pleasure to have you guys, especially from Europe, here. Hello, my name is Guillaume. I'm from Canada. Actually, I'm from Montreal, Quebec. We're really proud to be Quebecer here, so I'm gonna go with that. 6:30, 36:32. So okay, you guys are still at the winter time, right? You guys are not at the summertime zone. Yeah, summertime change. You guys, time change. So annoying. Here in Montreal, Canada, it's 1:30. Now, of course, the camera's out of focus. As I try to say that. We're gonna fix that, right? There you go. That's a little better, and yeah, too far. Okay, that's gotta be it. That's gotta be it for today. So, all right, okay. Give me a rough idea what's going on over there. As usual, what you guys want to talk about? I have nothing ready this week. I did not plan anything for this Monday live stream. As usual, I just show up. No coffee, not even this time. To answer your question, the floor is yours. We are always here to answer whatever question, or if you guys have any subject that maybe would be interesting to hear about. I like to have, your opinion in the chat of what's going on. Is there anything new? I know a lot of people are bugging me this week, and I don't know why, especially this week, but a lot of people are bugging me about the new X32 rack, not X32, wing rack picture leak that happened last week or a few weeks ago, or somebody else posted again last week, and people are slowly catching up with that. I'll do the answer. So far, I have no information. I have no clue what's going on there. I have zero insider information. I do not have one of these coming my way for a review. There is no way that Behringer is going to send me one anyway. So I don't know if you guys know, but Behringer do not send out any product for reviewer anymore. So I'm not gonna hope for one for sure. If you guys really want to see one, maybe you can try to bother. Don't even try to bother them. I don't care. I'm gonna buy one anyway. To be honest, I'm gonna move a couple things around here. I know I said this before, but I'm thinking about selling my wing. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just in the bigger plan. In the bigger plan, I'm just want something smaller, like a compact wing that will eventually come out at some point. I have no clue when, but they announced it, or they leak picture of it from the lab. So there's some console that do exist in a smaller form factor. This is where I'm heading. Jonathan here says that he's using SQ6. And the wing intrigues you. Okay, sure. Well, if you have any question, Jonathan, about the wing, we are here to talk about it. I got one in front of me. I got a picture here to show you anything from the software of the picture. I got a camera up there showing you whatever you want to know about the console. We can dive into this. Let's not make it an infomercial, but let's make it fun if you have any question. I've done some show with the SQs, the SQ series, SQ5, SQ6, SQ7. Yes, actually yesterday I was mixing not through, while I was mixing through an SQ7. SQ5, what's the smaller one? The 5, right? The 5, SQ5. I went to a venue, beautiful DB technology. The smaller one is the 8 inches line array. I had way too much. Actually, you know, it's those. Yesterday was one of those where you end up showing up somewhere and there's way too much gear for the room. It was a converted church from a church to a venue nowadays, to a room where we have shows, and you can fit roughly around 100 people in there. Rigged sub, I think it's 6 DV technology tops with 2 more for front fill, and man, it was, the PA was loaded, 2 stage box SQ5. That place is loaded. That place is loaded with gear, and I was mixing with my X32 rack. Well, actually the one that you see in the little truck that I'm doing from time to time in the summer. We brought that up for the gig, and I did 24 input out of the rack, you know, USB plus live input, and yeah, man, had a good time. The SQ is not a bad console if you ask me, but yeah, it's fine. It's a fine console. Let me scroll the chat a little bit, see what you guys got to say. Whoa, we're not going anywhere. Hold on. Are we still live? Can you just confirm me, guys, that we're still live? I've hit the wrong button again, like it's happening all the time. Okay, so let me read the chat. First, Hager77, welcome, man. Always good to have you back around. Move all my, Patrick said, move all my dev environment to 64-bit. Plenty of small mods programs finally getting in line with the modern, faster, and executable. Yes, welcome to 24-bit world, Patrick. It's been a while, I think. I don't want to say that you're late to the party, but I think so. I'm no dev, by the way. I'm no dev at all. I'm a sound engineer. I'm a sound engineer that run a YouTube channel on the side, and I don't know. Johnson from the States, yes, we said hi. SQ6 sure asked me some question. Anchor77, yes, we'll buy a wing rack, keeping my wing. That's the thing. I own 3 Pro 1 right now, and maybe we can talk about that a little later. But the things are not going well for culture right now in Quebec. A lot of festivals are not happening this year. Actually, we can talk about that. A lot of festivals pull the plug about 6 months before the event. Usually when they start to book, they book the band about a year before. But 6 months before the event, they start to release publicity, advertising that band's going to be there, and they ask band to, help promote the festival, which is fine. I mean, they hire you to play, they ask for a post, sure. Most festival now, this year, instead of posting publicities, they send out a letter to everybody saying that the festival will be postponed till next year, to 2025, because sponsors are not there. The funding from the government, because pretty much everything here is funded by the government, either federal or province government. They have two level here, and the check are not showing up in the mail. Sponsored. Everybody who usually pay for those festival, it's a no-go. So, about 6 months before every festival now, I'm worried that I'm getting canceled. I got 3 that got canceled within the last few weeks. For summer, some of those were a little late to the party, but summer and September, a couple of those, September, October. October is about the last time that we're doing outdoor show here because of the snow and everything. So it's slowly being canceled. So 2024 is about to be postponed to 2025 mostly, and I hope all those festivals are gonna come back, because my summer is slowly cleaning up. Because if there's no festival, we'll have the bigger ones. If you guys come in Montreal to do to see the Osheaga Festival, or you guys coming for any other DJ fest happening, or I don't know if every Montreal is still a thing, but it used to be a big festival here. If you guys coming for the big festival, that's happening. The other smaller countryside fest, which is usually my bread and butter during the summer, not happening. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, all that to say, because of that, I know for the next few years I'm gonna do smaller events. The Wing, two things about the Wings. They have a smaller version coming, and I need to have it every Monday at 1:30 p.m. in my basement. This thing is a little heavy to carry around a flight of stairs by myself. Where, just for say, a Pro One without the case for sure, but the Pro One without the case, I can just grab it. It's really light. I can just bring it around, and that's it. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. So, hold on. Let me go back to where I was before and say that, yeah, I want to buy a smaller version just to carry it around easier by myself, because this one is just on a touch too heavy and too big. The weight is fine. I can carry that. It's about, around 45 kilos if I'm right, a little less than 100 pounds. And that's fine, I can carry that. But flights of stairs, size, going in around in my stairs, that's a no-go for me. It's too hard. So this one's gonna either live too much in my basement, or I need a smaller one, and I think I'm gonna head out for a smaller one. Rolfs, I wonder about the Wing rack pricing. It could be possible that it ends up more expensive because of the local extra, but it's probably going to be expensive, to be honest. I'm not expecting the Wing rack to be, I'm expecting it to be closer to $3,000 US. A console is around $5,000. with the amount of stuff that you get, you know, maybe a little more, maybe even $4,000 for the rack, but you have so much in there, I think it's gonna worth the price. And what are the other option? What is it gonna fight with? The wing, the full version one? You can use the rack as a stage box anyway. So if you factor in the wing rack, or a wing plus a stage box, because you need one anyway. If they sell the rack for $4,000 US, it's gonna be fine. So, I don't know. We'll see. Tons of Dream. Let's talk about a strange USB bug I had on my show a few weeks ago. Using Pro Tools 2023 M1 Max MacBook Pro on Sonoma last version of the wing firmware. Use USB interface. Okay. Let me read your few comments here. Triple check color routing and channel 19 would not record. That's strange. Hold on. And then everything after it got bumped by one. Really? Okay, that's weird. Are you sure you didn't have any patch? And yeah, like Patrick said before, 19 is a weird value for something to go wrong. Maybe some random, yes. Also weird issue where the computer doesn't see the wing USB interface without a full console restart. That's weird. Recording issue could have something to do with the buffer size. No, buffer size will give you some artifacts, some distortion, but not stopping a channel for showing up. Yeah, really interesting. I'm gonna go with Patrick and say that maybe 19 is the fact that it's 19 is probably a user error. Not that I don't trust you did your due diligence and check everything, but I doubt that 19 out of nowhere would just not record and everything else will be bumped. My guess is a user error here in the sense of you are probably having a bad time with a patch somewhere. Hey Mark, good to see you, man. It's been a while. Mr. Mark from the beautiful Charlevoix region of Quebec. We had the pleasure to talk to each other on the phone. Thank you for calling in. Always appreciate the fact that everybody here participates so much in this channel. I could not do this without you guys, seriously. You guys are amazing. Yes, Down to Dream. If you have a snapshot of that, please send out a snap file if you have one of that. Anchor 77, not the Pro One, just old shit. Come on, I love the Pro One. It sounds amazing. But yes, the wing rack and the wing will be a great combination to do monitor and stage box and everything all at the same time. It's apparently a known bug. Well, to rebuild the handshake on the interface, it's a common feature. I'm having still that problem on X32. Those of you who don't understand what I'm talking about, if you have a problem with your USB interface, it's not, the console's not being recognized. If you go into setup audio and you go just here, channel, and I just went out. Did I just went out? All right. You guys can hear me because I just reset, my audio interface. by doing so. So can I change that? Okay, that's working. I just lost the background music. You guys can hear it? You guys can still hear it, right? As long as it's good for you, let me know. But yeah, this is how you do a reset on the audio interface. If you change the amount of channel, it's gonna re-ask for the handshake with the computer, and that way it can, you know, do its thing again and connect. So if you're having a hard time connecting and your USB interface doesn't like show up at first, don't turn off the console, just go USB audio here and change it for anything else. Could be 2x2 and just bring it back to 48x48 and it will redo the handshake. So it could be a way to fix a bug, but I'm curious to know totally bug unknown for me either, Patrick. So I don't know. Show his email to Peter. Check out and said was good. Routing. Okay, if Peter took a look at it, yes, I trust Peter for that for sure. He's really active and knows his stuff really well on the console. So, interesting. I never heard about that. So, guys, be on the lookout on social media if anybody else has that problem. Is it specific to M1 Mac or M1, M2, M3? Is it specific to the Mac processor, or has anything to do with maybe Pro Tool? Because I'm running an M2 Mac here, running, you even tried Reaper. Ooh, instead of Pro Tool. Okay, that's weird. Same thing. Okay. That's really weird. Okay, and the hottest thing, I've moved on my channel down by 1 after channel it. 19, again, 19 is a weird number. If, you know, I don't know how the internal is, but if you told me it was like the last one, 1 or 48 or groups of 8. That's really strange. Were you able to bring another channel up? Yeah, that's really odd. Really weird. And did a full restart fix it? Because if a full restart fixed it, it's probably just a handshake and something was off, and after that everything was talking to each other. But I don't understand why it would do that at all. You cannot restart mid-show. Okay. Really weird. Were you able to... Yeah, it may be a hardware issue. Keep an eye out for this one. Well, I will keep an eye out for this one, but this is really strange. I never heard of it. Patrick never heard of it. If Peter took a look at it and said it was fine, I don't know. It probably has something to do with, like you said, something to do with hardware. Because, man, that's weird. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm just trying to fix my sound here. I would like to hear the beautiful background music that I spent time last week to figure out. Ah, man, I don't see it. Okay. Oh, well, you know, sometimes when you're dealing with software. Let me try one more thing. If I can just get my background music back, I would love to. If it's still playing, of course. Do you guys still hear the background music while Patrick told me that he has an ad going? Okay, hold on. And actually, I'm not gonna hear it, so let's fly blind. Okay, all right. Thanks, Jeff, for letting me know. And it's on and it's back and it's on and it's back. Okay, thank you guys. So yeah, what's Baba had the same problem with the firmware. Ooh. Okay. Really interesting question here. Let's talk DL231. So if you want to run 3 DL231 at FOH for an HD96 and take 3 DL231 at 48K, how's the clocking handled? All the clocking is handled into the DL231. On the DL231 itself, you have in the menu option to run. Well, yeah, all the clock options are there basically. So you can tell the output. I don't know if it's X or Y or A or B, but you have 2 separate output on a DL231, because for those of you who don't know, a DL231 is a 24 by 24 stage box, and that stage box are basically a physical split. For every single XLR input, you have 2 totally analog independent preamp in the box, meaning it's a split snake converted to digital. What that means is you can clock one output to 96K, one output to 48K. You need to clock, or your clock source will need to come from an AES-50 device. So here I have my clock source. I'm using internal right now. I could use, AES-50A, AES-50B, C, AES-EBU, the Wing Live card, because I have one here, but it doesn't allow me, because maybe if it was a Dente card, it would allow that. And you can choose from the internal Dente here in the bottom. What you're going to do, if you're having a DL231, you're going to clock internal, not internal, AES-50A, and you're going to clock to that. And on the first stage box, you're going to get your clock from there. On the other one, the other stage box, you will make sure that they are as slave, so they will clock to the first one coming in your port A, and B and C will clock out via well, actually, every combination is good, but you need to set them to slave. You could be your internal clock, but if I was honest, I would probably use the DL231 clock, because it's probably better than the one in the Wing. Just saying. But if I had to put money on one of the 2 clock to use, I would go with the DL231 clock. But you can probably put them to slave. Everyone could be to slave and use internal, and that's still going to work. But you have to be at 48K. Make sure that you're not at 41, because if you are here at 41 instead of 48, that's going to be a big no-go. So I don't know if it's something that you would really do using 3 DL231 with your Wing. Not that often, I believe. But yeah, if it's the situation where you have, that's going to be 48 times 3. No, it's going to be 24. 24 times 3. So you're going to be 24, 48, and 64. And all the outputs will be, of course, coming out of those stage box. And also, by the way, yeah, 72. Yeah, I don't know how to count anyway. 72. And outputs on the DL231. You need to tell it which AES-50 port A is going to be taking care of the output of that box. You can choose between front of house and monitor world, but you need to tell to the box to listen to, I don't remember if it's A or B or X and Y. I believe it's X and Y. You need to tell it to use the output from AES-50A Y or X, depending on who you want to be, who wants to use the physical output of those stage bucks. Michael, hey, what's up, Michael? Using Dente internal card, which you were helpful in getting running. And Patrick, thank you, Patrick. Ever run to muting because of clock unlock? I never had clock dropping out, especially out of Dente, on me. Never heard of that before. It's a first for me. Yeah, using the Dente virtual sound card. I don't know, to be honest, Michael. Maybe use the clock from the Dente. Maybe that's going to be helpful to avoid that, but I don't see any reason why it would mute. But if you are, I'm going to guess you don't have that big of a setup. If I remember your setup correctly, I believe we spoke about it a little bit. Yeah, man. No, like Patrick said, maybe use Dente. Oh yeah, true. I'll never think about that. If you have glitch on your network, which I will strongly suggest you to use a separate network for your Dente. Don't drop your Wi-Fi on there. Don't use a different set of cable with a different switch for Dente. It recorded about 3 minutes and mutes for 5 seconds in resync. Okay, you need to tell me a little more about your network setup here, because to me, Dente has been rock solid for a long time, and I'm using Dente pretty much every week, every other day. Because one of the venue that I work the most at, we're using a TF1 from Yamaha, and everything is connected over Dente. I was there this morning playing around in the Yamaha processor there. The amps are everything is Dente. The amps, the console, there. I have almost no analog stuff there. Everything is clock over Dente. So I don't know. I don't know what would cause that, but I definitely don't have those set up. I don't have any problem at all in that setup. Okay. Doesn't bring back to this config with the L231 to my wing. We need Ultranet to feed the P16. So my idea was to use a Stage Connect converter to Ultranet. That's probably going to work, yes. You'll be limited to 32 input. Well, actually, you'll be limited to 16, so that's probably going to work. But I want 2 separate zones of P16. So I'll use all 32 channel of the Stage Connect, which configuration of Stage Connect will allow me to do this in Cascade Delta. That's a really good question. Because what you want to do is basically use one part of the Ultranet to do. You want to do 16 plus 16. You want to do 32 channel of Ultranet. I don't know if you can do it. I don't know if... Let me ask you this. Why not going DP48? Is it because you just have the Ultranet? But... The DP48, well, you can just use one, with the 3DL231. It's a really good one. How would you set up the DP48? Hold on, let me think about it. Maybe, well, I know. I'm pretty sure it would work over. Oh man, how could you do that? Not with a DL231. Could you, by any chance, use an S32 to give you? Oh yes, using using dentate to feed an X32 core would work for sure. But you would need an X32 core for one of your P16 LAN, and the other one would need to go through Ultranet. That could work, but other option would be to go analog out, because you physically have the output. I'm pretty sure you can use 24. You can use 16 output to be direct out to a device that could feed. Oh, actually, no, I think I got it. If you get a 16 input Stage Connect device, you could go from a DL231 analog, go into a Stage Connect and use the output as a standalone unit out to Ultranet. I believe that will work. You could do that 2 times, or you could just use one Ultranet out of the console into that box. Yes, for Ultranet feed. But how about DP48? No, it's a no-go. I was wrong. It's a no-go. DP48, because you're using all the AS50 line with stage bucks that do not daisy chain. If you were to have, let's say, DL16, that would work. Yes, use the DN. Hold on, the 4816i. I'm not sure what the 4816i is. Is it the box that convert from Ultranet, from Stage Connects to Ultranet? The 4816i is the 16 input, right? I'm pretty sure if you take the 16 input Ultranet, no, the 16 input Stage Connect device, using the Ultranet port in the back, you can probably feed the L16, but I would need to try it before do this. Harjun, hold on. I'm gonna get back to this. Yeah, really tough question. Really tough question, man. Okay. Let's go back to Arjun Kesh. How do you copy GEQ from one bus to the other? A couple ways to do this. GEQ are in the rack section. What I would do is I would save the GEQ that you have. You do your setup, you do your EQ. Go into library, you want to save an effect. You're going to come here, select your effect. You're going to save that as GEQ1. Just go save. It's been added to the list here, GEQ1. I'm going to go here, select it, and I'm going to go load, and I'm going to load a copy of that EQ here. And then you can assign your, effect. You can assign your second bus, you know, your second insert point to that bus. That will be the way to do it. Was I going too fast? And once you save it one time, you can, you know, use as many as you want. But on the wing, I don't know if you know that, but on the wing, you have on every single bus, you have on the EQ here, if you go wing EQ, you have 6 plus 2, the low and the high, and you can change those to be in the setting option on the top here. You can change those to be parametric EQ. So you can have 8 full parametric EQ to EQ or monitor if you need, to get rid of some feedback. I personally prefer parametric EQ over the graphic one. You have more option, and honestly, if you need more than 8 parametric EQ, there's something wrong somewhere else. Either the console, either the source that you have or the speaker that you have are not really good. If the speakers that you have are not really good, well, just go with the 8 parametric EQ, honestly. And you probably, if you're using the full 8 parametric EQ and you're still getting feedback out of these box, they just cannot give you more than that, to be honest. Once you cut 8 feedback in a monitor, the problem is somewhere else. Either it's never gonna get there, either it's the power amp that is compressing on you, and basically it's gonna feed back to whatever next frequencies will be louder in that box. And if you cut it down, well, the next one will feed back, and you're never gonna win on that. Yeah, my favorite lavalier microphone, the Feedback Machine. I refuse to do lavalier now. Especially doing a lot of corporate event recently. I've been in, like I said, the room that I should bring you guys over there one day. Maybe one day I can do a full live stream from there if I ever had the chance to go on the Monday. It's a public place. I got the key. I have my card here. I can go in whenever I want. I can probably bring you guys in to see that. And we can do a live stream from the TF1. Maybe we can talk about the TF1 if you guys are interested into knowing that. But yeah, all that to say that lavalier mic in a big reverberary room like I have, I just say no. I strongly go against using lav mic. Some people force me to do it. Yes, Downside Read, that will be the best thing to do. Or actually, I wanna throw out the TF1 and I want to get the DM3, just because it's more powerful and way smaller. I believe the DM3 will be a better option. Hold on, Robbie. I'm coming to your question. Okay. To go on Michael's Dente problem, Michael, just for fun, try to connect straight out of the wing into your computer and try to see if you have any recording problem that way. You don't need a switch. You don't need a router. You just need to give static IP to the console in your computer, make a connection there, and see if you have any problem. Because maybe there's something wrong with your Dente card. Maybe there's something wrong with your port. Maybe there's something wrong with your computer. Make sure that you have a gigabyte network, 1 gig network, and if you go straight between the console and your Mac Mini, I believe, make sure that you got that running. If you're using dongles, try to avoid the dongle, try to go straight into the network port of those devices. That would be my option. Robbie, hey, question. Your wing is mounted flat. Did you cut your desk to do that? And do you have any issue accessing the aux with that config? No, actually, I don't know how well you guys can see this, but I'm gonna try to zoom out the top camera. I'm gonna go here. This is my Rode case. In that Rode case, I have the wing to be, cut out. To be, oh no, you cannot see this, even if I wanted to bring it up a little bit. Let's go back here. This is my Rode case, and I've made sure that I put enough foam on that case so it lays flat. The angled part of the foot of the console is touching the bottom of the case barely, and it's resting on foam here. So it's supported everywhere. I make sure to leave enough space for airflow, and it allowed me to put my coffee on a console. And also the reason why I did this is when I'm doing a lot of mixing, it's a struggle for me to always have my hand, really push out that way. So if the console is done at an angle and I do not spend my night like this, it's better. Exhibit A would be M32 from Midas. The fader section is flat. Most of the console in this world, faders section are flat. The reason is because you want to spend your time like this, but you want to have your screen up like this. So M32, great option there. Yeah, that's how I did it. It's just resting on foam in that road case. Michael, I'll give that a shot, and if so, how would you connect the PC Mac Studio to the internet? Okay, you got a Mac Studio to the internet. I would go Wi-Fi if you have to, and set your. I learned that recently. In macOS, you can set your priority for your device. So if you set your Wi-Fi to be first, and after that you go hardwire or internet, hold on. Okay, also something that may be problematic here is the Mac Studio has a 10 gig port. So maybe it tried to renegotiate the connection between 1 and 10 gig, but I believe the Wing is only a 1 gig. So we will not allow you to do that. Maybe a manual configuration of that Ethernet jack can prevent that. But first, Dente, port to port, and use Wi-Fi for internet. That will be my option. Liking it, considering making a cutout to my table. If you're using it in a studio, sure. But the goal was to use the Wing a lot on the road. It's not happening a lot, but yes, the goal was to use the Wing on the road. So yeah. Can you demonstrate the copy feature on the Wing? It's a little weird the way it works, I feel, like bus and channel copying. I just released a video about that. If you haven't watched it, make sure to watch it. But sure, we can dive into this a little bit more. So, any news on the Wing rack? Nope. You missed the beginning of the stream, right? No, I said especially a lot of people are bugging me about the Wing rack now. Nothing. So far, nothing. HD96 Air, that will be an option, but I would have to sell my Wing and my 3 Pro 1 to afford a 96 Air. By the way, I sent out an email to my rep, my Montreal rep, and no feedback. No nothing. No answer. Went straight to a dead end. I don't think they... Honestly, I think I will be seen as a disruptor going there, so that's a no-go for me. Or at least for now. So we'll see what happens with that. But so far, I sent an email, no answer for the HD96 Air. I asked if I could work something with them, if they are interested to work with me, and dead silence. So we'll see. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I sent an email. You guys know, I don't have any power. I'm just a dude like you guys. I just do my thing here, but I'm just a dude like you guys in his basement. The only difference is I spend a little money on lights and camera, and I just turn them on every Monday at 1:30 p.m. to talk about some really cool stuff with people that want to talk about that cool stuff. We're all in the same boat here. Also, a lot of new faces or people that I see less often here. Let me ask you guys, are you guys on Discord? It's been in the plan for me to start a Discord channel. I think I'm gonna go on and start a Discord channel so we can have, a better, easier chat going through the whole week. Let me know in the chat if you guys are interested in that. If not, I want to do it if there's interest in doing it, and I just don't want people to join the Discord and that Discord being a dead platform from the get-go. So if you guys are interested in that, we have a couple people that usually hang out on Discord. Sure, I want to start to do this, and I want to be I want this to be helpful for the community of people who are live sound engineer, people who got the wing. I want to grow that a little more. Charlie, you're on Discord. Okay. Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you. Mark, computer-hosted VST plugin. What's your preferred host rack? Live Professor, use Dante on USB. My preferred method is to use non-VST plugin. Honestly, there's nothing in the wing. There's nothing that I feel is missing in the wing. If you have any plugin that you believe is not there, let me know. But to me, doing the kind of show that I do, rock and roll band mostly, just the fact that I have auto-tune, just the fact that I have pitch correction, just the fact that I have the DNS too. Yes, we spoke about that. But honestly, with the tool that I have in here, it's not, I don't feel like there's anything missing. I can do my job. And the native wing, yes, it's gonna be good, especially because you don't rely on an extra device. You don't rely on a network. You don't rely on a USB connection. You don't rely on anything else. Of course, when the Wave is gonna come out, it will be an interesting feature to look at. They will have dedicated card for that. So it's gonna help. But so far, with the latency that we have, I would probably stick with whatever I have in the wing. If maybe somebody really want to do something crazy, I can check it out. But honestly, with the wing, I'm even doing my own drum trigger for kick and snare, or enhancement for kick and snare with the oscillator, built-in oscillator. The only thing that I could see that it would be missing on the wing is drum trigger. But that's about it, seriously. WaveTune actually is the exactly same thing that we have on the Pitch Fix plugin. WaveTune is reacting. The wing WaveTune Live, it's exactly the same thing we have built in. I don't know if you know. Maybe you don't know. In the wing, it's... Let me just zoom you guys a little bit, right? And of course it's out of focus. Okay, so that's my wing screen. We're gonna go into the effect. Use the first one here, and let's go standard effect, pitch fix. I'm gonna assign that to my channel here. We do have pitch correction. Why am I not hearing it? Because I'm using the wrong slot for the configuration that I have. Hold on. All right. Is it better now? Yeah. This is exactly the same thing that we got with Wave Light. Or really, really close to what that could be. This is really fast, programmable. It will skip some note, but yeah, pitch correction. It's in there. It's built in. You can have up to 16 pitch correction plugin or effect if you really want, because it can be added in every single slot of the console. Because you know the way that the premium effects and the standard effects are divided. This is basically where you have all your reverb, and this is pretty much a copy of everything else, but everything that is a standard effects can be in both, so you can have up to 16. Now, if you just let me turn that down, it's so annoying to talk with Autotune. Yeah, basically you got 16 instances of pitch fix available, built in your console. Sorry, just reading a couple stuff that I don't need to answer. Talking of pitch correction, I saw a demo of an AI-assisted tool for correct voice recording. Mind-blowing. Oh, yeah. It's like Melodyne on steroid with voice to text to show directly to your DAW with word, pitch, vibrato, breathing. Really, really cool. Fallen letters, hold on. I'm gonna get back to this. Let me just talk quickly about AI and sound. Everybody know about Photoshop. Be careful what AI sound is gonna do for you. As we speak, some AI machine can use the voice of any actor that they have enough, material to train on. Could be somebody that is trying to be president of the United States. Could be previous person that has a lot of recorded speech that some machine can train on. Right now, you could get a phone call from those AI machine. Somebody could talk in real time. The machine will translate what that person is saying and will convert the voice for you to believe it's someone that you know. Voice recognition and voice transformation is a thing right now. It is mind-blowing already. They can make people say stuff that they would never say. And just to go a little further, AI is now getting better and better to the point where they're going to use the same catchphrase. They're going to use the same, intonation on certain word. We're up for a disaster. Honestly. We'll see what's going to happen with that, but we're up for a disaster. I'm scared. All I'm gonna say is I'm a little scared of the amount of fake thing that could happen. It's crazy. Okay, moving on. Fallen letters. And you, Ben, getting into live here. What is the best equipment to invest for our live show to start off? We don't have much of a budget. We need a direction. That's a really open up question. That's a really open question that can open up to a lot of things. I have a couple questions for you. What kind of smaller show are you going to play? You're going to play basement? You're going to try to go touring in venues? And do you guys planning on using in-ear monitors? And do you guys have playback? Will you run playback or you won't? Or are you going to run just loud amplifier and just two monitor for your vocalist, or are you guys planning to go full on in-ears? Because my answer to those questions will change drastically depending on where you want to head out. If you want to do like small DIY loud amplifier thing, pretty much anything would do. Well, I would say don't spend money on sound gear. If you want to go full on in-ears, if you want to have, backing track, it's going to cost you, well, a little bit. It's going to cost you some money, but one will be playing some small pubs and smaller venues. Okay. So that gives me an idea of where you want to go with that. If you want to go in your monitors or not, and how many input do you think you need for your full band? Planning to go full on in your monitors? Yes. Okay. Yeah, to go on with the AI thing, Patrick said, yeah, it can make you believe that your preferred band actually can sing until you hear them live. Okay, inputs in a sense of how many mics you want to have on your drums. I would strongly recommend you to mic everything on your drums. So kick, snare, how many toms that you have, floor tom, a pair of overheads. How many guitars do you have? Do you have modelers? Do you have, are you guys playing, XFX, Quad Cortex, Line 6, whatever version of that, or are you guys going amp and cabs? And how many vocals that you have? If you end up somewhere under the magic number, because there are some magic number, 16, 24, 32, and 64. I don't think 32 and 64 are 48. Well, 32, 48, and 64. I don't think those number will make sense to you. But usually a typical rock band will end up around 16. You're going to have drum on 8, and you're going to have 2 vocal and 2 guitar and a bass. Yeah, that's why I'm asking Patrick about the, because the thing is, can you, and also that's another question, can you stand mono in your mixes? I know I can't for sure, because I had the pleasure to mix for bands myself as a monitor engineer, and I've mixed stereo in here for bands, and the second that you play guitar on stage with some huge stereo chorus in your ear, you can never go back. You can never go back to mono in your monitor. I know that for a fact. There is no way I'm ever gonna go back. But yeah, in-ear will be mono. It depends. If they are a 3-piece band, you can go stereo. But that's also the question I was gonna ask: how many people are in that band? Okay, here's what we're doing now. We have a MacBook Pro. We're running out 2 guitars through our sound card and MSIM of Neural DSP. We're not sure about that. Might be risky. Well, it's risky. So, okay. So you got a 4-piece band, 2 guitar, bass. Oh, it's 5. Vocalist, drummer, bass player, and 2 guitar player. So, in an ideal situation, 4-piece. Okay, your vocalist is singing. Yeah, your vocalist is playing guitar. Okay. Okay, 4-piece. Okay, 2 options for you. Either you wait for a new thing to come out, which would be the Wing in a rack version. This is the same console that I have in front of me right now. It has 24 input and it has many outputs. If you are a 4-piece band, you're gonna need 10 physical output. Why 10, you ask me? If you're gonna do smaller venue, you will need to mix your band yourself. And if you are mixing yourself, you want to do in-ear monitor yourself. In every situation, you want to do in-ear monitor yourself. You need a left and a right for each ear of every band member. So you're going to need at least 8 output just for your band, just for in-ears. And after that, you need a left-right that you can use in smaller venue. And after that, you're pretty much good to go. The other option that I would go is get a Midas MR18, or you can go XR18 if you really want to go that route. That's going to be your sound interface if you want to go DI, straight out of your guitar, DI into the rack. Use an insert point to insert the Neural DSP plugin. And you're going to need some output. So just to recap, hold on. First option, wait for the Wing rack to be released. It's not released yet. It's going to be probably released this year. So if you guys are in a rush, this is not an option. But if you guys don't mind, wait a couple more months, get the Wing rack as soon as it's announced, jump on it. Other option, go with a XR18. I was about to say 16. Go with an XR18. That's going to be enough for your band. And you want to buy yourself, at least for a couple band members, or let's be honest, your drummer at first, some P16. And you're going to need to add to this physical output because you need a physical split snake. Because you're going to use the Neural DSP stuff, the sound will be created in your audio interface, which will be the console or your current audio interface. You need to send that out to a physical XLR output to front of house if you play with other bands and other venues where you're going to have a split and you know things going to move fast there. You will need to have a physical output because no sound engineer will tap into your stuff, you know, with 1/4 inch. You would need a physical XLR out that you can hand out to a front of house engineer when you are using your in-ear rig as a split. So you would need an XR18. You would need a couple P16, and you would need a Stage Connect device that would convert your alternate output of that console to 16 physical XLR out. That way you can send your backing track, you can send your guitars, and you can send a just raw split of your microphone. You connect your microphone into your XR18. You direct them out into the device that I was talking, the Stage Connect device, and you use the same input for your alternate P16. It's gonna cost you. Because after that, you would need to buy in-ear monitors. And if you buy cheap in-ear monitors, they're going to sound like shit. Don't cheap out. Or, well, you have affordable option. I have a couple video where I cover in-ear monitors that are on the affordable side. But don't cheap out too much on the earbuds. And after that, if you want to go cheap, I'm sorry to tell you, you're going to need wire. And you will need to buy depending on how many you need, preamps, headphone preamps. Behringer make those small P1 thing that you can put on your pedal board. You just make yourself a guitar lead with a phone extension on it. You know, I have a phone extension here just for my headphones, so they are connected to the back of my console. You would need to tape together that with a 1/4-inch jack for your instrument. Put one of those P1 pedal on your pedal board, run an XLR to you. That will be my option. Try to not go wireless, especially because nobody in the band really is wireless. I mean, you guys have, you know, probably cable for your guitar and bass. So you would need to buy at least one P16 for your drummer. It will be probably next to the rig anyway. So P16 for your drummer. Everybody else, you need a P1 from Behringer to amplify the signal. It has 2 XLR input, and you will send that straight out of your MR18. You're going to have 3 stereo mixes. You're going to have a left-right for your, if you need to do sound by yourself, you're going to have a main out, 2 XLR to do smaller gig, smaller bar when you're going to mix yourself. And in a situation where you're going to end up going a little bigger, where you're going to end up doing show where you're going to need a split snake, because you always want to do your in-ear by yourself, you're going to get the Stage Connect device that has 16 outputs, so 16 male connector in the back, I would say. And you have a complete rig for everybody. It's going to cost you a couple thousand grand, a couple thousand. How much is an XR18 right now? $500 to $600. A P16 is going to be around $300. A Stage Connect device is going to be a few $100 too, so $450. And all the cabling needed for that. And you're going to need your own microphone, because you're going to definitely need to have mic. If you're only, well, basically you only need a drum kit, but I will strongly suggest you to buy your own drum pack. Shure has a good one. Beta 52, SM57, you can never go wrong with that. So, and make sure also, yeah, to have vocals, to have your own vocal mic, just for like, you definitely don't want to use venue microphone that have never been washed in the last 30 years. So you want to have your own vocal mic. I recommend, you know, a couple brands of microphone. Shure, Sennheiser, Beyerdynamic, Audix, Audio Technica. That's gonna be your option out there. Get that. The first thing that I would get, honestly, is your own microphone. After that, I will definitely get the console and some kind of headphone amplifier, headphone amplification. After that, I would get the P16. And after that, I will get the Stage Connect. I don't really know the number, but it's going to be 48160, I believe, from Midas. That will be my option on the kind of rig that I would build today. If you want to wait for, other stuff, like I said, the wing rack, you would need a wing rack. You would need a DP48, and you would need still a Stage Connect device to give out your 16 output. You taking all notes? Good. And in the same kind of area we're heading right now, Anchor 77, question, SM58 or Beta 58? Beta 58A is the current model number. The first answer that you won't like is, I don't know. Which ones sound better with your singer? That's the truth for most vocalists out there. They're using the right microphone for their voice, not the right microphone that they have in the toolbox. I'm doing this with all my artists. I try different mic, SM57, Beta 57, Beta 58, Audix, I don't remember the name. AKG D6, Beyerdynamic V56, Beyerdynamic D50, 935s from Sennheiser. I tried them all, and I always find one that sound better. No EQ, no nothing. You go like, ooh, it sound right there in your face. It sound perfect for that voice, and that's the mic that I'm using. If I have the option. If I don't have the option, well, SM58. If I have a couple of mic available, I'm going to use Beta 57. It's my current favorite for vocal if I don't know the singer. But if I really have the option and luxury of time and trying out some stuff, I try out everything. I just try out everything. There is no one-size-fits-all mic. Of course, a 58 is going to work on most people, but it's not working on everybody. So I try a microphone. I see the one that fits my artist's voice the best, and that's the one I'm using. Stage Connect and wing rack is going to be slick for a small touring rack. Yes, definitely. And you're probably going to see a lot of those. I'm the vocalist. I'm more on the lower side with intimate vocals. Is condenser microphone used live? Yes, they are. Shure making the Beta 57, Beta 87C and Beta 87A, which I really like both microphone. But you need to have a loud singer to really make a good use of condenser microphone live, because they will pick up drum a lot if you are a quiet singer. So I don't know what kind of singer you are. I don't know how loud your drummer is. Maybe if your drummer is really quiet and you have, you know, decent vocal, you can get away with using a Beta 87. A or C. A or C is just a pickup pattern of the microphone that changed. But if you are quiet, I would say try out the Beta 57 from Shure. It's a really tight pattern, so you would need to be right in front of that microphone. But because it's a really tight pattern, it's not going to pick up too much of the ambient stuff. So that will be my option. Try out some different vocal, like I said, try some different vocal mic, and after that try maybe some stuff with a tight pattern. If you can get into those microphones, it's gonna be way cleaner. You're gonna have only or almost only the vocal in that microphone, not, you know, hearing the drum as loud as the voice or louder than the voice in a condenser. So yeah, both would work. Beyerdynamic V56 is a condenser microphone. It's one of my favorite vocal mic. No bad answer there. Give some microphone a try. See if you like them. If you don't like them, send them back. Try another one. We'll actually go to a store and ask if you can try out some microphone. Don't buy 20 mic on eBay and send them back. Or Amazon and send them back. But yeah, SM58, good answer. SM58 is going to work. If you had to make the same show on a wing with the DL251 at 48K versus the Pro One 251 at 96K, how big of a sound difference you would say? It's not the same console. I do not, especially here, I do not have the same tool, and I would not take the same approach to mixing the same band. Well, I will, but my option when it comes to, you know, different kind of way to build the channel strip, that will be different. I don't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't have 16 choice of compressor for my vocal on the Pro One. I have 3. I think overall the sound will be better on the Pro One. But again, do I have the PA? Do I have, You know, it's always a matter of, do I have the PA? Do I have the band? Do I have the console? And you know, in a matter of, in order of things that matter, the band is on the top. If you got a really good band, no matter the PA that you have or the console that you have, they're gonna sound good. After that, if you have a PA, and if you are in a room where the band stage level doesn't affect your mix out of front, you can probably get away with not much. But after that, if you have the luxury to get, you know, a good band with a good PA in a big room, you know, just the way that those effects engine are built in the console is so different from one another. Of course, if you ask me, I will take the Pro One. But the Wing has some, you know, key features that are not neglectable. Do I need pitch correction? If I do, well, the Pro is out of the question. It's never going to happen. If I need to do hundreds of cues on a musical, it's going to be the Wing for sure. It's like, do you want feature or do you want raw sound? If I were to mix, like I said previously, if I were to mix AC/DC in a Vertec PA, I would take the Pro One. Because I don't need anything. Well, I could do it with the Wing. But I don't need anything. I don't need anything that only the Wing has. If I need something that only the Wing has, it's a different tool. If I need Dente, if I need, again, auto-tune, different kind of sidechain, different kind of playback, it's a different game. Pretty sure there's no real difference. The starts in the DL, of course. The rest 96K or 48 will provide the same. I want to do the test. I have two DL31 here. I want to play back 32 channel recorded with a DL251. I want to play back one of my virtual sound check and, you know, flat out the console, bring up the fader and see if there's a difference. After that, I can start the EQ. It's on the plan. It's one of the videos that I want to do. Like, does 96K and 48K really make a difference? I'm going to have the same source, the same virtual sound check coming out of the DL231 back into it. I need to figure out the routing for that using, you know, 30 something output and bring them in, and probably figure out if I have enough XLR at home to do all those jump. But I can probably ask a friend. Yeah. I want to answer that question. Speaking of, do you guys have any more questions? We've been going for an hour and a half now, and I don't know why, for some reason today I feel like I really struggle to speak English. I'm like up all the time, so let me know. Running out our guitar through MacBook, which is a risky, of course. As patch change, are automated according to set. What a good backup option, or we just move to the modelers. Yeah, it's the French episode that made me rusty. Okay, to answer the MacBook question. Usually they don't crash on you, but it can happen. Of course, you could go, if you guys want to go full rack, you could go HX Stump and run that through MIDI command and do the automation from there. The thing is, with dedicated hardware, you're pretty sure it's not gonna fail on you. It can happen, but usually dedicated hardware is not crashing out for no reason. You know, keyboards don't crash. HX Stump pedal usually don't crash, because of course somebody in the chat can say, oh, I had one at some point and it just crashed on me. And basically, HX Stump would be a good option. I don't know if you guys have any other thing that you have in mind, but I'm just thinking about something really, really small. I think Kemper just released a new really small pedal with 3-foot switch, but you guys don't even need that. You probably, if you guys are used to do everything with the MacBook Pro, or the MacBook, I should say, not the Pro. If it works, if it doesn't crash on you all the time, it works. I don't know what to tell you. If it's working, it's working. Computers are getting way more stable nowadays, so sure, that's gonna work. And if you crash, well, you just accept the fact that it crashed. You're gonna take a few seconds, you're gonna restart the laptop, you're gonna reopen up, I don't know, Logic or Reaper that you're using, and you're gonna move on to the next song, and that's it. And the thing is, if you are using backing track and everything, at some point you will be able to program lights to that stuff, and it's a really cool way to do it. This is how I would love to have all my band do right now, but you know, I think you're going really well. The other option will be, oh, okay, hold on. Maybe I have a backup for you. I would not use this as a full-on, guitar amp, but in consoles nowadays, either X32, MR18, XR18, you have guitar amps in there. I'm just going to use a free slots here, and in the bottom, you guys can probably not read this, but you have, amps. You have a Marshall. What you could do is having that ready as an insert on your track, turn it off, using the plugin like you're always using. You just use your plugin, and in case of a crash, you turn around, you throw that back in a few seconds. Like, okay, laptop is gone, guitars are gone, you just can do this, and you still have a show going. Of course, it's not going to be your tone, it's not going to be, you're not going to have all your effects and everything, but it will get you through a gig. Struggling through a gig maybe, but it will get you there. Really want to figure out that Stage Connector 32 channel. I've also had a question. Hopefully someone from Behringer can answer it. Maybe Rob can answer that one. To do a quick recap, Rob's, you basically want to do 2 zones of P16. I'm not sure how to do that because he's using all 3 AS50 lines with DL231s. If you have any idea, Rob, go ahead. Put the 2, yeah, this is what I thought. Okay. Exactly, this is what we're planning to do. Add the lights as well to Reaper in videos. Visual. Okay. Honestly, I would say run the video on a separate laptop if you can. But a MacBook Pro 16-inch M1 is pretty stable, yes. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think if you run the MacBook Pro and you just run it, and if it crashes, well, it crashes. You just live with it. But yes, this is something that definitely can be done. But yeah, most console now, they have amp. Like I said before, you have different flavor of it. So you have the rock amp, you have the metal amp, and you have the clean amp, the clean amp, and you have, that deluxe from F company. You have that deluxe amplifier in there that you can probably use if you want some clean tone. But basically, get a rock and roll amp going as a backup. It's not going to sound amazing it's going to be fine, but I mean, he's going to get you to the gig if your laptop just die on you. So give that a try. That would be the way to do it. Most consoles, like I said, have virtual amplifier in there that are good enough to get you through a gig if your rig just fell on you. So that's going to be, that should do it. Hope I've been helpful. It is now 3 p.m. guys. Time for me to do some more video editing. Actually, I can give you an idea what's coming up this week. On Wednesday, I should be able to release a video from another pair of in-ear that was provided to me. Little strange context surrounding those headphones where the company just sent me flat out a pair of headphones. Almost no information. I had to go through other reviews on YouTube to find out information about these. So, I don't know. Does a Dream and Rob, I will invite you guys to contact each other maybe in another platform. I wish I had a Discord channel to send you guys through there. That would work. Okay, I'm gonna work on a Discord channel for Saturday. That's probably gonna be that's probably gonna be the video up on Saturday, explaining that I'm opening up a Discord channel. I just need to figure out a thing or three about that. So, time for me to move on. No coffee today. I made a stream without no coffee. With no coffee. I can't believe. Help me, guys. You guys should help me to get a sponsorship from a coffee brand. I should definitely. It's been a thing here. Anyway, okay. On that note, I want you guys to please keep your question for next week. Make sure to write them in the comment down below if you guys have anything that you want to talk about or video suggestion. Oh, I didn't see that one coming. All right, let's do a proper ending. If you have any more video suggestions for me, I'm seriously looking for video suggestion. Make sure to hit the like button. Of course, it's making a difference. The more thing that you write in the chat and the more like that you give, it's gonna tell YouTube that we're doing something interesting here, and it's gonna basically promote the channel a little more. If you guys want to see that channel go big, make sure to do that. Otherwise, I'm gonna go home. On that note, guys, I want you please. Yes, that's a dream. Yes, I will do it. I will do the video on the Pro one. That's not gonna happen this week, but it's a plan. I'm working on it. Until next Monday, where I will. You see, when I'm doing a video edit, this is what I'm cutting out. Stuff like that. Guys, I'm going to be here next Monday. And until that next Monday at 1:30 p.m., I want you guys to please take care of yourself. And I see you all probably on Discord Saturday. Yeah, probably going to be there. Take care of yourself. See you.